you have been very steadfast together with the late Bob Collymore. You sang with him in that particular song where you are doing the Furi Furi dance.
Yeah.
How are you this morning, and why are we smiling this morning?
I'm smiling because he had a good life and because he lived the life that he wanted to live. And we will cry, we will have our moments, but ultimately I think the best thing we can have is a chance to truly live. And I think he did that. Yeah, I think he gave back. I think he did good. So somewhere up there, when the scales are balanced, I'm sure he did more good than anything else. And so I'm happy for him.
At that time when you were going into this particular video, because it's what people now remember, these are the videos that we keep seeing on television all the time, did you think, what are we doing? Are we doing... Is it okay? Because we've not seen people of such caliber, CEOs of companies, doing things that the ordinary Kenyan will be doing. Were you having second thoughts, or when he said, let's do this?
Okay. Do you mean the Furi Furi dance video?
The video.
So actually, Jimmy Gates approached us all individually. And so reached out, I think, to Bob, to Jeff, and I, and we all agreed separately. So we didn't have a conversation about it. And when we met there and did the dancing and the singing and the whole video, we had a ball. And I think that's what he was about. He wasn't about overthinking things. He was a strategic leader. But sometimes when things needed to move fast and he needed to make a decision, he wasn't shy to stand up and say, yeah, let's do that. And that's what I mean when I say truly live. Because sometimes as humans, we tend to procrastinate, think too much about things, push things aside that maybe we should have done and we should have experienced. He walked in parts of Nairobi that I think some CEOs never experienced, sat with people who some people would never think about sitting with, talking to, becoming good friends with. And that's a brilliant and a beautiful thing. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Julie Gichuru. Do enjoy yourself this particular
I don't know if
morning.
We can enjoy it. I think it's a tough one, but in honor of him, we carry a message, I think a message of positivity and a message that if we can all stand up and do something good, if we can be bold and brave, maybe we take something from his life.
For doing the right thing. And when I said to this, Bob, he really laughed and he says, probably the young lady is right. But the question is, do we continue doing what we need to do, or we just give in to the manipulation of the social media? And of course he laughed off it. He said, come on, let's get on with our work and do our work and continue doing our work. So for me, he leaves a huge legacy. He leaves a lot of challenge for us. I think his dear wife and Wamboi and her children and their children is what we really need to look after, pray for them, for their well-being and for their good health. But I think for the Safaricom fraternity, Safaricom as a company, even before Bob with Michael and the rest of the team have been a true supporter of the Red Cross and the humanitarian work for this country. So I really want to pass my condolences, one to the family, but also to the bigger Safaricom family, but also to ordinary Kenyans who loved and cherished and respected and understood who Bob was. Only having been 9 years in this country, having become a citizen of this country, but larger than life, that for me he was a true hero. And I can only pray for Lord Almighty to keep his soul in eternal peace until we meet again the hereafter.
Thank you.